Hi and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. Now, once again today, most of the talk is around Tierney of Celtic, yet again heavily linked with a move to Arsenal. The 22-year-old has been an Arsenal target all summer, and it does start to look now like he is like one of Arsenal's #1 targets. Confirmed yesterday by David Ornstein, the BBC journalist, that Arsenal have made a bid for him and that Arsenal are looking to go back in to try and get this deal secured. He said in his article on BBC that Arsenal are pretty confident that this deal will get done. And of course, David Ornstein has very good connections at Arsenal and does get a lot of inside information on it. There's also talk coming out of Scotland that when asked about the possible move to Arsenal, Tierney has come out and said, listen, I want that move. I want to test myself at another level now, and I feel the time is right to leave Celtic. We know that Arsenal are putting an initial bid of 50 million, which has been rejected by Celtic. Celtic said to want around about 25 million. It's being reported that Arsenal are going to return with a bid of 19 million and are confident, as I said, that they will get this deal done. And Tierney, of course, is a left back. We know that we've had a lot of problems in that left back position last season. We know that the manager wants to play with pacey fullbacks who can get up and down the pitch and also can defend as well. And Tierney has been brilliant the past few seasons, as I said. On several occasions, voted Scottish Young Player of the Year. Has won titles with Celtic, so he's experienced winning. Has played, Champions League football. So he, even though he's very young, is a player that's quite experienced. We know that he's coming from the Scottish League, and it's not the strongest league in the world, but as I said, he's played at some good levels and Scottish international, and I think would be a very, very good signing for Arsenal. If he does come in, which, as I said, is starting to look likely that it will happen, who will be the one that will go out? Because, we do have two left backs at the club at the moment. Would it be Nacho Monreal who will be moving on? Of course, Monreal now, we know, although he served the club very well, he's 33. He's not getting any younger. There have been quite a few bids coming from clubs previously over there in Spain that would be willing to take Nacho Monreal. Monreal's still got football left in him, definitely, even at the age of 33. And I would have thought he would possibly be the one that would be moving out to make way for Tierney. Or could it be Sead Kolasinac? Kolasinac, of course, 26 now. What can I say about Kolasinac? Brilliant going forward sometimes, really, really good, although his crossing could be better, but can be very dangerous going forward. We know that, he can be quite quick across the ground, a big unit, and causes lots of problems when playing as a wing back. But as a defender in a back four, he has been poor. His defensive qualities have been really questionable, and there was talk that Barcelona was showing interest in Sead Kolasinac. Kolasinac would represent a player that Arsenal would get a lot more money for than Nacho Monreal. He's still only 26. We got him on a free transfer, so if Arsenal were to move him out, they'd move out a lot of wages. And also, they would get quite a big fee for him. But do you think it should be Kolasinac who should make way, or do you think Nacho Monreal? I'm going to put it to a poll today. If Tierney comes in, as I said, one of those two are going to probably go. Which one would you sell? Nacho Monreal or Sead Kolasinac? Vote for it in our poll today and let us know. Really intrigued to know what the fans think of that one. Now, Arsenal linked today with a player that they were linked heavily with in January. As a matter of fact, right throughout January, we were being told that Arsenal were in for Christopher Nkunku from PSG. The plays in midfield, a youngster. And at the time, PSG wanted £25 million for him. Arsenal didn't, as we know, didn't want to spend any money, said that they were only getting players on loan. Remember that? Loan players only, right? And that they were only getting players on loan, and they only wanted to take him on loan until the end of the summer. There was talk of loan deals with the option to buy, but it didn't happen in the end. It didn't happen in the end. They didn't pay the 25 million. And now PSG are willing to sell him and are willing to listen to offers for around about the 15 million euro mark. So it just goes to show sometimes buying players in January, you do have to pay a premium on top. Whereas by just waiting 4 or 5 months now, that price has dropped right down. Nkunku's just not getting any playing time really at PSG. He's not really going to get much playing time going forward into the future. At PSG, you know what PSG are like, they're always buying players, selling players. And Arsenal apparently interested in him. Of course, we've moved Ramsey out, and Nkunku is a sort of a box-to-box midfielder, so maybe could come in as a sort of Ramsey replacement. He doesn't have the goals in him like what Ramsey has, but I've seen him play. He played in Arsenal against Arsenal in a friendly last year, and I've got to say, he looked a very, very good player there, very energetic. Again, Unai Emery knows him from his time at PSG. Could this be a deal that Arsenal try and make happen? Again, we're going to have to wait and see. RB Leipzig also very interested in signing him. Now, what about centre-backs? Of course, there's been lots and lots of talk about William Saliba, but another guy that's been emerging over the past few days as a possible signing for Arsenal is this centre-back from Torino, Armando Izu. He's 27, had a real breakout season for Torino last season. He moved from Genoa, and he has been absolutely solid. He's burst into the Italian team. Arsenal showing an interest in him. His agent has apparently been in contact with Arsenal as well. Could this be a deal that might happen? Everton also very interested in him as well. Would cost around about the 9 to 10 million pounds mark, so not very expensive. A solid, dependable centre-back really, not a ball-playing centre-back like, say, somebody like a Saliba would be. But Arsenal showing an interest in Izu. Torino are quite adamant, saying that they don't want to sell him, but we know what it's like. Money talks when it comes to these sort of deals. And then there's Lucas Torreira. Still talk today that AC Milan want Lucas Torreira. We've been told today that they're ready in a bid of £31 million. Remember, we paid, 28 million pounds for him? Well, they're ready in a bid now of £31 million to put into Arsenal. That, of course, will be rejected. There's talk that Arsenal would be willing to talk about Torreira, but they'd want about £45 million. But basically, Arsenal not really willing to sell Torreira. I don't think... Listen, it would have to be a ridiculous bid. And if they did sell Torreira, they'd have to get a really good replacement. Somebody like, when I think about it, somebody like a Decore, they'd have to bring in to replace it to appease the fans, because Torreira is a real fan's favourite. And then if they bought in a Decore, he's going to cost more or less the same amount of money. Because Watford are not stupid. They know he had a great season, Decore, last year. He looks the real deal. Watford would want at least 40 million plus for him as well. So there's no point in selling Torreira right now. But AC Milan keep knocking on the door. They saw those comments from Torreira where he said he's not really happy in England at the moment. He's not really been able to adjust yet, even though he's not saying he wants to leave. He's saying he needs to adjust. Doesn't speak the language, of course. So AC Milan still keep knocking on the door. Still, a bit of mischief making by them. But will they come in with a solid bid? We're going to have to wait and see how that one develops. Let's get into some of your comments. And there was lots of comments yesterday particularly about Kieran Tierney. This one, Shotgun Hun, says 25 million for Tierney is a great price, especially in this market. Not if you're Arsenal. They don't seem to like that price line. AM says Kieran Tierney is a real prospect and should be one of our priorities. The guy is a real baller and got leadership qualities. So he's really a fan there. Tekos Man says 25 million for a guaranteed upgrade at our defence. Just pay it. And lots of you getting in contact yesterday just saying they just can't understand what all the bartering is about. The £15 million bid, which has been described in some quarters by ex-players as embarrassing by Arsenal, it's just not gone down well. Henry Adu says, when you pause for a moment and think about how much we've paid for a player like Mustafi, I think that is where Arsenal are. I think he meant to say this is why Arsenal are being cautious when going after players, and I can understand that. I mean, £35 million for Mustafi. They are not going to get anywhere near that back for him if they even sell Mustafi. No talk yet of Mustafi leaving. Nothing. Belherin says, any player that comes out and says, the team needs me as a reaction to being suspended is a write-off in my opinion. Yannick, he's on about Carrasco, can stay in China, thank you very much. Arsenal aren't an escape route for divas abroad. Try the MLS if that's all you want. So he doesn't want Yannick Carrasco. Of course, Carrasco falling out big time with Dali and Yifang over there in China. Aaron Khan says, don't want Carrasco in the club at all. If he has a good 6 months and at the end of it, a big club comes in for him, he will ruin the dressing room for the team again if he prefers that move. Don't like his character at all. So he doesn't want Yannick Carrasco. And again, I've got to say, what's been going on with Yannick Carrasco over there in China has gone down very badly with Arsenal fans. Lots of Arsenal fans who were saying we'd love to get Carrasco in, just by going by the comments, are no longer up for Carrasco at all. So really interesting to see how that one works out. As I did say, there was the same sort of talk that was going on around Aubameyang at Dortmund, refusing to play and stuff like that when he wanted to move, and he's come to Arsenal and he's been totally professional. So Yannick Carrasco is trying to force a move, but do you want him at Arsenal? Listen, thanks for watching the show today. Don't forget to subscribe. We're nearly at that 1 mil. And keep it locked here to AFTV Transfer Daily.